Hey guys, welcome aboard, welcome back, welcome home. As always, completely and totally dependent on where you happen to be in relation to this week, this channel, these energies, etc., etc., etc. So let's talk about what's up this week. This is November 14th through the 20th, 2022. Yeah, so let's just, as always, dive right in. So on Monday, we start the week with a Cancer moon, right? So first, we have an opposition to Pluto. We have two quick trines to Venus and Jupiter. And then the moon moves into Leo. In the evening, Mercury in Scorpio is going to sextile Pluto in Capricorn. And then the Scorpio sun will trine Neptune late in the evening. So we got a lot going on. We have a beautiful, big, giant grand trine. Jupiter and Neptune both in Pisces, Venus and Mercury, and the sun in Scorpio, and the moon in Cancer. And then we also have a T-square, of course, Saturn squaring the sun and Uranus, which are in opposition. So this is kind of a day, honestly, it's a day to revel, right? The feeling planets, right, are asking you to kind of set aside that whole urgency of getting shit done, right? That would feel like a challenge anyway. Just because of the whole issue with the D-square with Saturn and the sun and Uranus. Wow, hello, hopping out there. That was amazing. Ooh, Ace of Wands, Two of Wands. Anyway, so kind of just maintain a healthy awareness of what is practical, but make sure that you are dreaming big, right? Make sure that your trajectory is set to take you of, honestly, guys, parts unknown, really, okay? Not just plod, not just, as my BFF coined this weekend, trudgery, not just trudgery as we trudge through the drudge, right? But parts unknown, right? Keep that in mind. On Tuesday, Scorpio in Venus trines Jupiter. The moon in Leo trines Chiron, squares Uranus, and then the sun quincunxes Mars in Gemini, and that Leo moon, well, opposes Saturn. We're having lots of luck with cards today. They are wanting to chat. So we've got a Venus-Jupiter trine, right? So this is about money, love, relationships, right? And remember, this is an amplifier to all of those things, like a depth charge. So here's the deal. Resist the urge to carry yesterday's dreaminess too far today, right? So today it's about on Tuesday, the 15th, it's a day to explore the need to change or shift, right? Where that realignment in terms of your sense of self is in relation to the how, right? If Monday was about really being big in terms of trajectory, Tuesday is a day to explore how do I need to shift in order to create that giantness, right? Wow, hello, okay. What do I need to do in order to make that, allow that to become reality? Beautiful, a beautiful day. Okay. On Wednesday, 9 minutes into Wednesday Central Time, Venus moves into Sagittarius. The Leo moon, hi, hello, quincunxes Neptune. My goodness, we have so many things happening. It's freaking me out. I love it when they jump. Okay. On Wednesday, after Venus moves into Sagittarius, the Leo moon quincunxes Neptune, sextiles Mars, squares the sun. Okay, third quarter, squares the sun. Mercury in Scorpio trines Jupiter, yes, in Pisces. And then the Leo moon makes two quincunxes, Pluto and Jupiter, and then squares Mercury. And then the moon strides her way into Virgo. So then before midnight, that Virgo moon squares Venus. So like I said, this is a last quarter square, right? So it's a progress check, right? So with Venus in Sagittarius, this is about how we experience, right? Where we are immersing ourselves in the yumminess, right? Sagittarius wants to try things out. And Venus is looking for that sense of home. Does this feel right? Does this feel right? Right? This is very much a baby bear kind of thing. This is too big. This is too small. This is just right, right? So that's kind of Venus in Sagittarius in Eileen's opinion. Be mindful of what you're experiencing today, how it feels to you, especially since we're talking about that sense of home, because this is Venus, right? This is Venus. So what does it feel like to you? You will have an ease in your expression today, right? In the morning. In the afternoon, there might be a little bit of friction, a little bit of kind of grindiness, feeling a little bit out of sync with that super easy way you felt in the morning. So in the morning, use that time for that reconnection with that sense of vision. How do I immerse myself in the way I want to feel? How do I create that as my experience and my expression? What you're really looking for, remember, with as we talk about Venus and that sense of home, is you're really looking for how your circumstance, right, aligns with your the song, right, that's in your soul. How does that correspond? And how also are you witnessing that in those closest to you, right? Are you out of service to your feelings, right? Especially with this moon in Virgo. Are you out of service to your feelings? And that is definitely going to feel off to you, to your sense of home. And the thing is, that sense of home, it can't be denied. It cannot be denied. This is a Plutonic day this Wednesday, very much so. So if you feel a little obsessive and a little neurotic, that's okay. Feel it. Find the place, find the location, and then work on transforming it into those things which you do prefer, right? On Thursday, Mercury follows Venus into Sagittarius. So, interesting, right? And then later in the evening, that Virgo moon quincunxes Chiron. So, expression, right? Expression and ideas can be useful, especially as we're talking about this sense of home, right? That amplification. Hello, little friend. We're not going to take it because I think it was just turned over. It didn't really pop out, so we're just going to let it pop. Anyway, we're talking about communication and expression, right? Being useful in terms of their amplification, right? That is widely available to you, especially right now. So find a way to shift your expression as a function of your old stories or what you're seeing in the rear view, right? And what I mean by that is if you're retelling the same story, then none of it is actually going to shift or change, right? You're just recreating. So be mindful, right? Because who or what you were yesterday is only valid in the moment if you recreate it in that echo. Does that make sense? You get to choose. You get to choose. You get to choose. And if you wake up one day and say, I no longer identify as da-da-da, well, that's your choice, right? You get to make that call. And if you want to wake up and say, I identify in the same way as I did yesterday, that is also your call. Be mindful, is all I'm saying. Be mindful, especially with both Venus and Mercury in Sagittarius, because, I mean, you are not only identifying it, but you are conjuring it, you're aligning to it, whatever you call in as that expression of home. If you say, yes, this is where I am, this is who I am, this is what I am, okay, then that's exactly correct. Or if you're saying, well, I'm stuck with this from yesterday, I'm bound to that from yesterday, I'm aligned with this because I was aligned with it yesterday. No. I mean, you can say those things and they are valid and true for you. However, you have the power to recreate through your expression, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. On Friday, the 18th, we've still got Moon in Virgo. So we're trining Uranus. We are quincunxing Saturn. We are opposing Neptune and squaring Mars. And then the Sun sextiles Pluto. Dun, da, da, da. And then the Moon pops back in and trines Pluto and sextiles the Sun. So there's a T-square. Mars is squaring Neptune, which is in opposition to the Moon. So this could be a day of distraction, right? Whether this is about 3D distraction or your inner life, right? It's either the world distracting you or your own inner cavortings, right? So you have choices, right? You can get annoyed by that, or you can just choose to get focused. As such, the key here is to remember that your choice is to stay in it, right? By evening, you'll be very, very glad you did, if in fact you're able to stay in that choice, right? So you will be able to locate harmony and depth of pride in your own accomplishments, right? And that will make the achievement even better. So stay focused. Friday, focus. Not annoyed, not distracted, focused. On Saturday, that Virgo moon, she opposes Jupiter and then moves into Libra, right? All before you probably wake up, because really it's Saturday. And then Gemini, Mars in Gemini squares Neptune. And then that Libra moon is going to sextile both Mercury and Venus in Sag. So draw on those successes from yesterday, those places where you focused, right? So we're going to amplify and balance those feelings, right, with your output. And here's the key. Do it from your heart and that sense of home. Be on guard for any kinds of circumstances, people, or places that are unclear or opaque. And here's the deal. If you come across places that are unclear or opaque, and who doesn't, lean in. Please ask for clarity. It is nothing to say, oh, could you explain that more? Tell me more about that. I'm not sure that I understand you, right? So ask for clarity. Discuss it and lead from that sense of home. Do not stop at wondering. Do not stop at assuming, right? Pursue clarity before you take any kind of action. Hello, friends. And then on, this is the one I'm taking because this is the one I saw first. Then on Sunday, the 20th of November, the Libra moon opposes Chiron. Excuse me, quincunxes Uranus, trines Jupiter, trines Mars, and then the Sun trines Jupiter before that beautiful Libra moon. Quincunxes Neptune right before the day shifts. So here's the deal. We're balancing our healing, right? Pay attention to anything you might have dreamt between Saturday and Sunday. Define those feelings, right? And the story you're telling about them. We've got a grand air trine, right? The moon in Libra, Saturn in Aquarius, and Mars in Gemini. So this is about how you feel about what you're doing. So the balance of your heart and your 3D, right? Your inner world and your outer world, your vision and your reality. So We also have both Mercury and Venus at 5 degrees of Sagittarius. So this is about your very expression of home. Where are they in alignment? Where are they out of alignment? So here's the deal. Your options for the day include indulgement. Indulgement? Is that even a word? Indulging. Or active reveling, right? Choosing to be in that beautiful sense of expanded, like lush experience, right? We start the week like this, we end the week like this. Here's the deal. On Sunday, allow for the unexpected, right? Allow for the unexpected. You just never know. This is a Plutonic week. It is a week to do you all week. And really be in your own alignment, right? Not seeking any external validation or external confirmation. Always coming back to your alignment with your sense and experience of home, right? Let's talk. So on Monday, we've got the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Cups. So we talked about this as a day to really kind of set aside the getting shit done, right? Which would be challenging, to really work on maintaining a healthy awareness of what's practical, but allow for big dreams, right? Here's the deal. The Eight of Cups is about walking away from anything that is not making you feel valued, feel loved, feel cherished, and seeking out that new way to create that, call it in, allow it, invite it, to witness it. And so what we're chasing here is this beautiful sense of passion, of inspiration, of what lights you up, what sets your soul on fire. And we're just, see how we're just turning our back on anything that isn't that. Yeah, that's your mission. That's your mission. Feel those feelings. On Tuesday, we have got the Two of Wands and the Four of Wands, right? This is beautiful, making passion-led choices, really allowing for movement that sets your soul on fire. So we're carrying forth this energy. And then that Four of Wands, you know, this is such a beautiful card. This is the 1111 card. It's that soulmate card. It's that we are in celebration of our shared passion, our shared experience, right? So we're definitely going to find how the ways and means of how we're creating those things, right? And how we're aligning our sense of self, how we're choosing our sense of self in relation to that how, right? Here's my goal. How am I going to get there? I've got the inspiration. I've got the choice to move toward it. And then what does that mean? What does that mean? How am I going to get there? What do I need, right? What am I gathering? On Wednesday, we've got the King of Wands and the Star. King of Wands, of course, right? We're in that culmination, right? How are we out of service? Because the King of Wands is about mastery. Right? I understand how to move forward toward my sense of home, my sense of what I want, what sets my soul on fire. We're talking about the inception of that Sagittarius energy there with Venus as well. And so this is about how am I going to choose my experience? How am I going to choose my sense of immersion into those yummy things that represent home? And the Star, of course, is wish fulfillment. This is the universe literally falling over itself to create those things which you are feeling aligned to, right? So anything that is not in service to your feelings, any place where that might feel off to you, any place where that sense of home cannot be denied or looked away from, right? You get to choose to move toward it very deliberately, right? The King of Wands, very deliberately following our journey of inspired movement. And then the Star, how can I pour this forth upon you, right? So saith the universe. On Thursday, we talked about this as that beautiful day where Mercury joins, right? So the King of Swords is that mastery of ideas. So of course, as Mercury moves into Sagittarius, we have to do the same process with our own ideas. We have to literally choose that we are the current expression of what we are, right? The King of Wands, or the King of Swords, I'm so sorry, is always in mastery of his expression based on his beliefs, based on his sense of relating to the abstraction. And the Tower just allows you to literally just explode anything that doesn't serve. We talked about this as being that present time power of expression, right? It's not about who you were yesterday. It's not about who you were 5 minutes ago. It's not about who you were last year. It's not about your echo. It's about your choice in the present, right? The King of Swords says, here we are, and anything that's not in alignment, just, you know, it would have been nice if we saw a heal it or blow it the fuck up here, but we're going to take lessons our light too. On Friday, we got the Nine of Cups. Beautiful. Another card of wish fulfillment, and the Hanged Man, right? So this is about distraction. What are we doing? Are we going to get annoyed? Are we going to get focused? Here's the deal. We're staying in it, right? We're staying in it. We're staying in it. We're focusing on how we fill our own cup. We're focusing on how we create our own accomplishments, our own achievements, right? And this is that beautiful sense of shifting your point of view. You don't have to be annoyed by what's not in alignment. You don't have to be annoyed by your distractions. All you have to do is shift your point of view and say, oh, okay, I am in charge. I am in charge of how I choose annoyance or distraction, or annoyance or focus, right? When presented with, what am I going to choose? I'm going to choose me. I'm going to choose what's in service to me every single time. And that's always divinely led, right? It's a major, so we know how that works. On Saturday, we're going to pull forth those successes. We're going to amplify and balance our feelings, right? So we have the Ace of Swords and the Fool. Beautiful. More beginnings, right? So we're going to take this energy, kind of shifted through here, that focused energy, and we're going to witness, drawing on our successes. We're going to do all things from our heart. We're going to do all things from our awareness of our idea of sense and home, guarding for anything that's unclear or opaque, right? We're going to use this beautiful sword to cut away anything that is unclear. And like the Fool, we're always going to lean in. We're always going to lean in. We're always going to ask for clarity. We're always going to be in exploration of anything that doesn't feel right. And we're going to trust that that clarity is provided. And if it's not provided, we're just simply going to ask, right? What does that mean? What do you mean by that? Tell me more. Tell me more. Help me understand, right? Just, and always trusting that the universe is going to bring you that clarity in one way or the other. On Sunday, right, we're balancing. So here's the deal. We have the Star. Again, not as a qualifier, not as a modifier, but as the primary card of the day. So this is, how does the universe bring you what you want, right? How are we feeling in our getting shit done? What are we doing, right? We have these. So the Five of Cups, right, our modifier, has those 3 spilled cups. We're looking at these two. We're looking at these 3 spilled cups. What do I not have? Where am I not in alignment? What do I feel has been taken from me? Or what do I believe that I've lost? What am I ignoring that's right here in my hands, right? How is the universe pouring these 2 cups out for me, in service to me, right? Am I looking away? Am I so focused on this perception, this perceived loss, this perceived sense of emotional imbalance, that I am ignoring what the universe is filling up just for me, right? Yes, so you get to choose whether you're indulging in this kind of behavior, which is to ignore what the universe is providing, or whether you're going to actively experience what the universe has in store for you. And here's the deal. We talked about allow for the unexpected. You may witness an absolute, immediate, sudden, almost out-of-body shift in, oh, but I don't have this. Oh, heck yes, I do. Wow, I have been looking in the wrong place. Let me shift my point of view and witness whatever it is, right? And this is all about your internal validation. This is about your choice, not anything outside of you, being in your experience all week. Because lessons are light. Nobody can learn them but you. And here's the deal. There are 7.8, however many billion ways to learn your lessons. Your sense of learning, your process, your trajectory, your choice, your expression is absolutely the perfect one for you. You're not seeking perfection. You're embodying perfection every single moment, right? So we have this lovely transmute. I love this as our oracle, especially in this Plutonic week. Keep a little bit of light under it there. Okay, let's see what this card has to say to us today. So this is an air element card, which I love. Hold on. Okay, transmute. Within you lies the ability to take dense energy and turn it into a lighter and higher vibration. You can do this in response to constricting situations, difficult relationships, or blockages within your internal landscape. Sometimes we do not need to consciously work at the issue, but simply have the intention of doing so, right? This card is an invitation to identify that which needs to shift and create a sacred container for what you want to transmute. Well, guess what? No kidding. We talked about this as a week of internal work, right? This is all about internal work and finding clarity. Yeah. And I love the fact that it says this is an invitation to identify that which needs to shift and create a sacred container for what you need to transmute, right? Not even having to do the work in the 3D, but simply allow for your own internal shifting, right? We've got beginnings all over. We've got beautiful majors. And we have the complete, right, release of this need to stay in anything that is less than fulfilling, satisfying, contenting, right? You get to choose, and nobody can choose for you, only you. And how do you choose? Well, guess what? By how it feels, by that sense of home. Always trusting that the universe really has your back, like everywhere here. The universe is saying, heck yeah, I understand. I see your 3D creation of something outside of yourself that is acting upon you. Instead, simply choose to be your alignment, right? So that is, I think, is as best as we can all get, right? In every moment, just simply choose to be your alignment as best you're able, and be sure that you know that within the next moment, any new information gets to shift and change your awareness of where your source is coming from. Wow, I love it. Have a great week, guys. Be blessed.